Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AD2L Season 5 series, where we have, apparently, Team Elite. I thought it was Trial and Error. Team Elite versus Insane Valiance. So far, we've got Brewmaster and Terrorblade getting banned.
10 seconds to go.
I have not had the pleasure of watching either of these two teams play so far, so I'm not sure what their strategies are. But we'll see as the draft moves along. So,
Dyer's ban.
Magnus, the next ban on the list. Let's see who Elite bans.
Ten seconds to go.
Looking at the icons.
5 seconds.
I have actually seen Insane Valiance play, but briefly. I saw them play Don't Push.
Radiant's pick.
I did catch part of that game. I remember the icon. Silencer ban coming out. I do like to see the Silencer ban. Global Silence is such an annoying skill. I mean, it's just so hard to do anything if you don't catch Silencer out and he uses that ultimate.
Dyer's pick.
Especially if he gets to the point where he farms up an Ag's Refresher. That's just so much downtime for your team. It's nearly impossible to accomplish anything. So I do like to see that. Just encourages more action in the game.
10 seconds to go.
Alright, the Void pickup.
Dyer's pick.
Another one of those heroes that can be huge. That Chronosphere is such a powerful ability. Oh, and comboed with the Witch Doctor.
Radiant's pick.
Just such an insanely good combination. You get that Death Ward in the Chronosphere, and a lot of times that's the fight right there. Of course, Phoenix with the ability to use the Supernova, kind of make himself immune to the Witch Doctor ultimate. Cause a lot of chaos, a lot of panic amongst the ranks.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Okay, let's see what's next for Insane Valiance.
Reserve
Tapping into their
time.
reserve time a little bit, a little thinking.
Earth Shaker.
Oh, I love to see the Earth Shaker pick,
Radiance
especially against
ban.
that Witch Doctor and the Faceless Void. Fisher, that ability, just able to get into that Chronosphere, you know, at range, stop the Witch Doctor, stop Void from doing what he wants to do inside of that. I think that's a really good pickup.
10 seconds to go.
So a couple
5
of strength
seconds.
heroes for Insane Valiance. Get that beefiness, that toughness to kill, although
Reserve
Earthshaker
time.
more of an intelligence hero than a strength hero, really, when it boils down to it. Unless, you know, maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe they'll go carry Earthshaker. You
Dyer's
never
ban.
know. Probably not. I wouldn't suspect that happens, but the Viper ban coming out.
Radiant's ban.
You know, so far, no mid picks from Insane Valiance. So
Dyer's ban.
banning out the Viper, see if they maybe picked him up in the middle of a long fight. You know, the tankiness of Viper can really combo with Phoenix, allowing that Supernova and just the Fire Spirits to not allow them to put out any damage.
10 seconds to go.
Puck ban and the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi kind of
5
surprises me. It's one of those heroes that, you know, it's a decent pickup. A lot of it really depends
Reserve
on do you
time.
get the multicast that you need. You know, really tough to get out of lane with that 3 base health regeneration. Kind of insane. But who knows? And the Doom ban, okay.
Dyer's
So this team
pick.
really not wanting to have their combo of the Void Witch Doctor get shut down. They've got rid of Doom, they've got rid of Global Silence, they've got rid of the Broodmaster, who they really, you know, wouldn't be able to control if they're banning out all these other heroes. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Skywrath pick up or a ban, just because, you know, that's more of that lockdown, that long silence that could shut this combo down. If they pick him
10
up, they can
seconds
really
to
use him
go.
with that Faceless Void, dropping the ult on top of just the more wombo
5
combo
seconds.
power to him.
Reserve time.
Yep, there it is. As I kind of suspected,
Radiant's pick.
Skywrath is either going to be picked up or banned. So I think overall that's a good pick. Like I said, more combo with the Faceless Void. Their bans really conducive to allow him to get off what he needs to do. You know, Earthshaker can't really stop that. Phoenix can't really stop Skywrath. So interesting to see what Insane Valiance is going to pick up to try and counter this big old wombo combo coming from Team Elite.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
Taking their time with this pick. It is a tough call. Alright, Wraith King. So someone who can take a beating and die and still contribute to the team fight. Not necessarily a bad decision. He's also got that extra stun to give him some extra lockdown in the laning phase, a little extra help. You know, even if he wants to transition to a carry late game, he can put out a lot of damage. So not a bad choice because, you know, if he does get caught out by the Chronosphere, but by the time he's back up, you know, Chronosphere's about gone. So
10 seconds to go.
A decent pick. Another strength hero on that roster.
5 seconds.
I want to see him go 5
Reserve
strength.
time.
That'd be kind of awesome in a tournament game to see a 5 strength hero line up. You know, at this point with their supports and their Faceless Void, they may want to pick up an offlaner and maybe just somebody who can, I don't really know. Their team is looking pretty good with just these 3 picks. Anybody else they kind of pick up is a lot of gravy. The fact that Insane Valiance gave, yeah, wow, okay. Really good offlaner to pick up in the Tide Hunter. You know, his presence in team fight once he gets Ravage is just enormous. Just adding that lockdown on top of the Chronosphere brings a lot to their team fight. You know, again, Earthshaker with some decent lockdown of his own, but if Tide gets his blink and he blinks in and ravages, and Earthshaker gets stuck in a Chronosphere or hit with a paralyzing cast or silenced, you know, that just really factors him out.
Reserve time.
You know, with the slow auto attacking of 3 out of 4 of these heroes, though, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see how Phoenix plays. Some good supernovas will be really hard to stop. Maybe we'll get to see the Ags pick up on the Phoenix and get to see that supernova pulling in teammates and refreshing their cooldowns. That'd be... I've never actually seen that done, but, you know, maybe in this particular lineup. Now, I'm not sure if in the supernova, if he pulls someone in and the supernova is killed, if that hero dies as well. I haven't actually seen it.
Dire's ban.
So Vengeful Spirit, alright. Not a bad pickup, getting people out of that Chronosphere so that saving a carry's life could come in handy. So I'm really wondering if Wraith King is going to be their sole carry this game.
Ban.
I'd have to imagine they're going to pick up another one because they could run Phoenix in an off lane if they wanted to run a tri lane. And they've got Earthshaker, Vengeful Spirit as 2 really powerful supports for a Wraith King. That could be a triple stun lane. Very deadly, especially if they're up against that Tide Hunter.
10 seconds to go.
If he gets Kraken Shell, that's just a lot of burst damage coming out. Should be a pretty easy kill with the Fisher block. So I would suspect they pick up a mid hero here. Probably someone who can
Dire's
is
pick.
fairly survivable. Because they do have plenty of stun, but what they're going to need is some survivability against this humongous crowd control lineup. Adding on
Radiant's pick.
Invoker with just so many possibilities. You know, so many disables of his own, Indeafening Blast, Cold Snap, all kinds of stuff. EMP acting as an effective disable sometimes when it runs the enemy heroes out of mana, especially against that Wraith King. That could be huge. So last pick for Insane Valiance. Very interested to see who
10
they're going to
seconds
pick
to
up
go.
to try and counter this Team Elite lineup.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
You know, I really don't know. A lot of solid picks, a lot of solid counter picks. At this point, you know, I'm not really sure who they're going to pick up. But they are running out of time, so they're going to have to choose soon. Hopefully he doesn't go in panic mode and just pick anyone. Pudge. Alright. Gonna try and get the early victory versus that Invoker. Maybe get some ganks in, slow them down as much as possible. It should be a good game. 4 strength heroes. Not quite the 5 strength heroes that I wanted, but still pretty awesome. Alright, just waiting for the players to load in. Or maybe pick. Witch Doctor currently being played by no one. Although we know who it's going to be.
5 seconds.
Alright, so lane-wise, gonna suspect again it's gonna be tied off lane. We'll have, you know,
better get ready.
Void, Skywrath Mage, and Witch Doctor in the top lane. Thief on the Void, Angel Wrath on the Skywrath, and Zypher on the Witch Doctor. We've got Boomer playing that Tide Hunter bottom lane, and Prohibit going mid as Invoker. For Insane Valiance, looks like we might have an off lane Pudge, which I've seen it done before. I actually prefer Pudge in the side lane. I don't know how he's going to do against this tri lane though.
Let's keep it clean, folks.
In the bottom lane, we got Super playing the Wraith King in that carry role. We got Ghost Raccoon on the Earthshaker. Poof playing Venge. We got Celadric going middle as the Viper, or I'm sorry, as the Phoenix. And again, Sloth in that Pudge, as that Pudge on the off lane.
30 seconds to go.
Skywrath getting the early ward down. Now what I like about this ward spot here, you know, a lot of times the enemy automatically assumes, well, you know, they're going to put a ward right here. And, you know, if they're going to go counter and try for the early counter that they don't see, then they place counters over there.
And here we go.
You know, this another good spot. They're worried about that Pudge going mid, which, surprise, surprise, he's actually not going to be. They want to give Invoker that vision so that Pudge doesn't get a surprise hook off on him. Okay. Bounty Rune was claimed. I missed who got that one. Oh, where's my key here? There we go. So yeah, I think a lot for this Pudge up here against this tri lane. And it's going to be tough for him to approach, especially with the insane slow coming out from concussive shot at early levels. I mean, you know, the slow doesn't change. The only thing, I guess it does change. I didn't realize that it scaled, but still, a 4-second 30% slow, very powerful. You know, you couple that with the cask and just hits in the slow from Void, Pudge in a lot of trouble. Tide Hunter, I think, gonna have almost as difficult a time with the triple stun, but you know, with that Kraken shell and just the tankiness that comes from the Anchor Smash, lowering their damage, he's gonna have a lot easier time getting farm. Looks like Phoenix took some harass from Prohibit on the Invoker. He's sitting in a little over half health. He's regenerating. Throwing out some harass of his own, but taking a lot of damage from the creeps. In a level or two, he may have been in a lot of trouble. Invoker kind of wanting to do something, getting a little close to the tower. They'll heal up and be just fine for now. Rotation coming out from the supports here.
Regeneration.
Not sure why I have Fog of War for one team and not the other one. I think I hit something. Earthshaker getting the Fisher off. Privet blocked out a little bit. Phoenix gonna fly up. Flying the DOT. And there's the first blood.
Dyer's mid tower won't last.
Smoker will go down. So nice job from Insane Valiance. Getting the rotation, getting that first blood. The help from the supports. Knowing that their Wraith King will be just
Dyer's
fine
mid
versus the
tower's
Tidehunter down
having
here.
technical difficulties.
Angel Wrath trying to make something of it, but you know, not going to be able to pick anybody off. I am not sure why I'm having fog for one team and not the other one. That's really strange. I've got all fog over here. That's alright though, I can still see the heroes, I can see what I need to see.